North London is red, but you already knew that. Tottenham Hotspur women are yet to beat Arsenal women in any competition. And last night we saw Arsenal beat Tottenham Hotspur 4-0 at home. Now, it was a mad game because if you would have asked myself or Robbie, who was on the live watch along with me right here on AFTV, if Arsenal would have scored 4 goals in that game, I would have thought you was crazy because for 70 minutes, Tottenham had us toe to toe. They at most points of the game, they looked like the most dominating side. They were really pressing. They were cancelling any passes that we were creating, but the passing in the first half wasn't great from the Arsenal side. I must admit, it was very sloppy. It was quite slow. Whereas Tottenham came out of intensity. They were tracking back. They were making fouls that they needed to make. They were going all the way, and they really came to win that game. And at some points, it looked like they could have done. They had a couple of chances. Kennedy was their most posing threat, making the most chances, and had a header in the box that went over the bar. And they looked like a good side, a better side than we've seen in the past. If we remember 3 seasons ago, when we beat Tottenham 10-0, they've definitely improved. I know the scoreline doesn't say that, but it's a 6-goal difference. They've really improved as a team. They've brought in great players, but they cannot get through this Arsenal side. Not a chance. I have to give credit to Jordan Nobbs, because what a goal when we finally got on the score sheet. A defensive error from Tottenham Hotspur. So Jordan Nobbs received the ball, intercepted it, and what a finish. A nice cheeky lob, or a chip as you may call it, over the keeper. I know some of you may say the keeper Spencer could have done a lot better there, but what a beautiful goal indeed. And that's going to do a world of wonder for Jordan Nobbs' confidence, because for last season and for a while she was out injured with a big injury, and she missed the World Cup, and she's come back and she's coming into flow now. And to get a goal in the FA Cup, and a goal like that is going to do a world of wonders for her confidence. And in the final minutes of the first half, we saw Vivian Miedema do all the tricks and skills in the box, twisted and turned past 2 or 3 players, and squared the ball across the goal for someone to get on the end of, where Lisa Evans was right there, and she didn't. And as they were walking off the pitch at halftime, Miedema was going in at Lisa, like, what was you thinking? Like, why didn't you go? All you saw was the hand actions. Like, why didn't you run onto the ball? What was you doing? Was you daydreaming? And it wasn't good. And if I was looking at the first half analysis, I was not confident that we were going to get anything out of this game. And all I kept thinking about was Spurs have got what can I would describe her as a wild card, a real world beater, World Cup winner on the bench that could come on at any moment and possibly change the game. There's a huge tag on her. Normally in men's games, the pressure is a price tag, but in this game, we look at Alex Morgan and we think it's the tag overall. She is a World Cup winner and a world-class player. That is the lethal weapon that they could bring off the bench at any time. But they didn't. But it was in the back of my mind. I'm sure it was in the back of a lot of Arsenal fans' minds that was watching the game, that the game could change at any moment. But it did. Jordan Nobbs changed the game with her goal. And then all of a sudden, Lisa Evans with a hat-trick. And what a hat-trick. Each goal was cool, calm and collected. The first one, a nice weighted pass from Miedema. And this time, Lisa Evans got on the end of it. And all goals were just sublime. The last one was my favourite, where Beth Mead was on the right-hand side, crossed it in, and Lisa Evans, it went past a few players, but Lisa Evans got on the end of that one too, and literally smashed it into the roof of the net. And what a way to end the game. 4-0 now. Arsenal are through to the semi-finals, where we possibly face Leicester or Manchester City, whoever wins that game today. Now, of course, we could probably predict and assume that Manchester City will win that game. A lot of WSL fans are probably used to watching Manchester City games more often than Leicester. Could be wrong, but they're games that we have more access to. And they have a lot of quality in that team. So you would assume that Manchester City will win that game, but it's a cup game. Anything can happen. We could be facing Leicester next Thursday. We'll find out today. Who would you prefer to see in the next round, in the semi-final? Who would you want to play against? Now, there's 4 goals to choose from, and I have to ask you, which was your favourite? I'll say mine. Oh, actually, I was going to say Lisa Evans' last goal, but now I think of it, I might have to go Jordan Nobbs. I can't not go Jordan Nobbs' goal. It was beautiful. Absolutely stunning. What was your favourite goal of the game? Now, speaking of Jordan Nobbs, I had a chance to speak to Joe Montemiro, the head coach of Arsenal Women, and asked him about the game. I could only ask 2 questions, I'm afraid, because it's cold, it's windy, and there was a lot of journalists there that went to ask questions in the press conference. So here's what he had to say. Hi, Joe.
Pippa, nice top.
Oh, thank you. Got my WSL badge as well.
Yeah.
Big win. I know for the most part of the game, Tottenham went toe to toe with Arsenal. The disallowed goal from Katie McCabe, and the final minutes of the first half, Lisa Evans missed a sitter. What changed in that game at half time for Lisa Evans to end up with a hat-trick and that big win?
Look, it was always going to be a tough game. They're a good team. They press very well. They're organised. They didn't allow, even when we were progressing with the ball, they didn't allow us to play through the lines. Their midfield four was very, very tightly connected with their back four, and then they were covering space behind. So they didn't allow us, and we had to keep dragging lines out. And I think at times we didn't have differing heights to pull them out. We were pretty flat going forward in the progression phase. So it was just a matter of building and allowing them to the opportunity for the game to get a little bit stretched. Once that happened, we then found overloads and obviously then had the opportunities that came.
I noticed there was a lot of more passing in the second half and a bit more intensity from the Arsenal side, and that led to Jordan Nobbs' goal, which I think will probably get overlooked now from Lisa Evans' hat-trick. But how important is that for Jordan's confidence? We remember the injury she had last season, to come back and score a goal like that magnitude.
Yeah, Jordan's growing. We've given her different challenges this year. We've given her different roles. To give us that fluidity and balance that we need. But look, that's typical Jordan. She's capable of doing those things, and that's why she's the player that she is. Which is really important. But look, we had to control the tempo. We had to, obviously be a little bit reserved too in regards to loads and management of loads, because we had a lot of players away. The Swiss and the Dutch had quite tough games, and also the Austrian girls. So it was good to rotate. It was good to find good balance, and it was good that we could control the tempo. And look, and again, all credit to Tottenham. They pressed us, and we found it hard in the first half through their organisation.
Well, that's it for me. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thanks, Pippa.
I also had the opportunity to ask Karen, the manager of the Tottenham Hotspur women, a question. But the one question I was going to ask her, which is why didn't Alex Morgan play at all? Another journalist got there before me, and here's what she had to say to that.
The TV cameras spent quite a lot of time panning towards Alex in the stands. Am I right to assume that you're simply just kind of building her up slowly? And if so, how far away do you think she might be from a debut?
Yeah, I think Alex has been incredible this week. Obviously, coming in and coming into the training sessions, coming into a new country, bringing the new baby as well, and a lot to do in a short space of time. But we felt it was really important for her to be around the girls today, to be involved in the match day sort of preparation, to get her the shorts and the socks, and just get her mind in a match day sort of environment that she's going to come, because obviously she's probably going to be apprehensive, she's going to be nervous. She hasn't sort of been in that situation for the past year, so we felt it was really important for her and also for the players, because obviously she's a great leader. She's obviously got some fantastic experience, and just having someone like that around the change room is fantastic for the girls. But yeah, so for today it wasn't meant to be. It was, like you say, she's working really, really hard. She's growing in day by day. Her fitness levels are improving all the time. She's physically in great shape. So yeah, I don't think it'll be long before we see Alex Morgan.
And there you have it. That is the result. Arsenal 4, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Arsenal progressed to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They got to follow in the men's lead now and win it. No pressure. No pressure. Now, if you want to hear more Arsenal women's updates, make sure you subscribe to AFTV and tune into my weekly women's football show, which normally comes out a day after Arsenal women have played. So make sure you look out for that for more Arsenal women updates from myself, Pierre-Emerick, and I will see you next week. Bye.
It's Robbie here from AFTV. Don't forget to check out AFTV on Flick for all the latest transfer rumours, for all the information on Arsenal, for all the information on AFTV. You can check me there for Q&As on a regular basis. The link is in the description. It is free to download. Download it right now.